Welcome back. I am your conductor. And before we start, why don't you introduce yourself, Athena?
Hello, my name's Athena. I run the Athena P YouTube channel. I play the ukulele, and I play the character of Marcy. Last episode was the Christmas episode. Terry and Marcy were spending a wonderful time together until the shadow monsters came back, and they were worse than ever before.
Somehow they have gotten stronger and more powerful. And they wanted not just to hear some jolly song and be done with it, they wanted to fight and actually hurt our hero. But with the help of Terry and their awesome moves, they were able to defeat the shadow monsters once again. And the episode ended with Terry and Marcy going back home with this thought on their mind. And what was it that Marcy learned in this episode?
Marcy learned that the shadow monsters go where there isn't any music, so they'll target people who are having downtime or just people one-on-one. But they also learned that back in the day, people used music for protection. So then the more people used it for leisure, the less people knew how to fight these monsters.
And that's exactly what happened. And now we're going back to the world to find out what happens next. Marcy wakes up on her bed. You look around, but see a dark space, emptiness. What do you do?
Just so I can, it's just my bed, and then I don't see anything else.
Yes, everything else is just dark emptiness.
I hang my foot off the bed and see if I could feel anything below.
As you touch the ground, you see that the floor is kind of this reflective surface. And you see kind of your reflection, but then the dark room is reflected as well.
I stand up on the reflective surface and try and walk towards anything. I'm trying to feel to see if there's any walls.
So you begin to walk as you see your bed going further and further from you as you walk and walk. And suddenly, you fall.
Ah!
And now you're floating.
Do I still see my bed?
No. You have fallen into a different place as you're floating now. And you see, just like Alice going to Wonderland, you begin to see things kind of just float upwards from your world. There's cars and clocks. There's clothes. And there's pieces of metal, scrap and wood, trees, and so much more floating upwards as you're in the middle of all of these things going upward as you continue to descend, floating in the air.
Is this a dream? Hello?
You continue to fall as you finally feel the surface of another floor. And you begin to walk. And as you do, you find yourself now not in a dark black area, but a red one. It seems to also go on forever, but you do see someone in the distance.
I run towards them.
And so, as you get closer and closer, you begin to see more and more people. They seem to be just standing there. As you continue to run closer and closer, you see just many and many millions of people standing in this pattern, kind of like in a square, going forwards, backwards, and basically horizontally to the infinite space. And as you get to one of them, what would you like to do?
Are they facing towards me? Or are they facing away from me?
They are facing away from you. Everybody's backs are turned from you.
I tap shoulder.
They look, their head begins to turn, and as they do, their eyes are brightly shining in red. How do you react to that?
I stumble backwards.
So as you do, his mouth opens, but you don't hear anything coming from his mouth. But it seems to be a frequency you can't hear, because as he does that, different people start to turn their heads. Children, women, old people, all from different genders and races, begin to look at you and begin to point directly at you. As they all begin to turn and point. As in the distance, as you stumble backwards, you begin to see this thing, this shadowy figure thing, kind of forming the shape of a person, but glitching at the same time. And it's still shadowy. There's no features. There's no anything. It's just a shape. And you kind of remember the similar event you had in that VR that you were in. As the voice says,
"We are finally in control."
And they snap as you see all of those people turn into shadow versions of themselves. And then they disappear in portals that start opening one by one. You're shocked. You can't move. This has become a night terror. You can't move anywhere. You feel like you can't breathe or talk as you look around you. There's nothing. There's no one. But then a hand reaches towards your shoulder and it starts to shake you again and again. And you wake up, Marcy.
What just happened?
Marcy, you look around and you find yourself in your room. You feel a sense of... You feel a bit safer now. But your sense of safeness fades away as you begin to see a rift opening in your room.
Oh no.
What would you like to do?
I would like to sing.
Is this still a dream? I don't know what this is. Where am I? What can I do to stop the end of the world? This paralysis fills me with such fear. What can I do to stop this? I don't know how, but I know I have to try. Oh, 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 oh.
Okay, I would like you to roll.
11.
11 minus 3? Okay. That's an 8. You succeed in your roll and in your song. As you begin to see the portal kind of begins to fade away. But as it begins to fade away, you see 2 human hands popping out and kind of like trying to open up the portal again.
Are the hands glitching or are they just flesh?
They look like flesh right now. And you hear a voice that screams, "Wait!"
Oh gosh. I feel like I'm gonna regret this. I reach for the hand.
Okay. So you reach for the hand before the portal closed, but I need you to roll again. That would be athletics. How much you got in vigor?
I got a 1 and I rolled a 5, so I got a 6.
Okay. Yeah, you failed that. So you don't reach the hand on time, and the portal just closes as you hear the voice saying, "No!"
I reach for my phone and try and call the boss.
So you call the boss. Hello there. How can I help you?
Hi, it's Marcy. I really need to speak to the boss.
Oh. Hello there, Marcy. Pulling you through.
Thank you.
Hello. Who's there?
Hello. Hi.
Marcy.
Hi, yeah, I have something I need to report.
Yes?
I had a nightmare first, and it was very similar to the simulation where you're in the rift. I saw a lot of human faces with red glowing eyes, and not only that, after I finally woke up from the dream, or whatever that was, a rift opened up, and I successfully closed it before any shadow monsters came up, but there were human hands coming out of the rift. Do these things take humans?
This can't be happening. Do you have school today?
I don't think so. It's still holiday.
Okay. Look, I'm sorry. I know it's almost New Year's Eve, but we need you to come down here to Rap City now.
Okay. Is there any cover I should give my parents?
Tell them it's an emergency meeting for you.
I'll tell them right away. See you soon.
See you soon. He hangs up. So, what do?
I grab my red ukulele that they gave me. I believe I have a lot of things in the apartment, so I wouldn't need to really pack, but I run downstairs.
Before you run downstairs, you do also see, as you take your new ukulele, you do see your old one kind of just propped against one of your walls.
Yeah, I'm gonna take them both.
Okay. So you take that one with you too. So you kind of rush down to the living room area, and at the moment you see your dad watching TV, your mom's not awake yet.
Hi, Dad.
Oh, Marcy, up so early.
Yeah, I have some pretty bad news. I actually have to go on this spontaneous emergency meeting for 4U.
On the holidays?
Yeah, it's pretty serious. I think a lot of the frogs are dying.
Oh, I see.
Hopefully I'll be back. Yeah, alright, Dad. I know it's so close to the holidays. Hopefully I'll be back in time for New Year's Eve.
Are they gonna pay you extra time for this?
Probably, actually. But I should head over there right away.
Okay, well, have a nice trip. I'll tell your mom.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
I think I'm gonna ask Terry for a ride.
So you run towards Terry's house and then knock on the door as you get there.
Hello?
You hear the steps, and then the door opens, and he seems to be a bit like he just woke up.
I know this sounds crazy, but I need to be in Rap City very soon. There's an emergency. Could be goodbye, and I could jump on a bus, or if you want, you could come with me, because it might be the end of the world. No pressure.
Oh, sounds fun. He runs towards the car, turns on the car, and you guys head towards Rap Country. So you head over there. It takes you a few hours, but you get there.
I give him the keys to my apartment and say that he could hang out there while he's waiting.
Sure thing. I'll wait for you. And he starts the car and goes towards the apartment. You, as always, go to the little phone booth. You dial in like a code, and then you just go down. And you fall on the familiar pillow as you get up and begin to walk towards...
I'm gonna go straight to the office, to the boss's office.
So as you begin to walk towards the office, as always, casually walking, right in front of you is the secretary. She turns around. Hello there, Marcy.
Hello.
I heard that you had a nightmare.
Yes.
Okay. Well, the boss told me to take you towards medical.
Medical?
Yes. We need to do some tests on you.
Okay.
Follow me this way.
Okay.
So she shifts the direction of where you were going and basically opens up a door. And as you go through it, you find yourself in a different hallway that takes you straight to medical. And as you get inside this hallway, it begins to look more like a hospital, basically. You walk into those double doors, and you see many people walking in and out, different agents basically going in and out. So you see This is a new place for you, in this building, basically. And you see some people, like, coming out of checkups and stuff like that. And you do see some doctors and stuff like that, which is not something you see every day.
So is this like a psychological evaluation?
It's a physical one.
Oh, okay.
And also psychological.
There's so many rooms. Where do I go to?
I'll guide you.
Oh, thank you.
So first, you are put in this room for physical, and a woman doctor steps out. She opens the door for you.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello there. Welcome. This is your first visit, right?
Yep.
Okay. Don't worry about filling out anything. We have your information. We just need your credentials.
Credentials?
Yeah,
that MusicVerse.
Oh, yeah, the pin. The pin that they gave you. Do you have it with you?
Yeah, I believe they gave me a card for that. Here you go.
Okay, so you hand the card, and she kind of just swipes it in her tablet, and she has your information and gives it back to you. Okay, Marcy, take a seat.
Can I take a seat?
Okay. Do you feel anything going wrong? Do you feel any pain anywhere?
The other day I got into a fight with Shadow Monster, so I do have a bruise on my cheek.
She comes near you, and she pulls out like this little device and scans you with it. You see like this little green light coming out and just like right in your forehead, and then it starts to go down throughout all your body. Do you react to that?
What does that do?
I'll just scan. And have you ever gone to a doctor before?
Only once when I was like 6, I sprained my ankle.
Well, technology has advanced a little bit more ever since you went to the doctor then. So she turns on a little television that you see there, and you kind of see that she scanned your body. You kind of see it on the screen and see your bones and everything inside of you. And it's kind of like an x-ray, basically. And it's like a live feed of it. So, like, you see your heart rate and everything just as your heart is bumping. And you see all your organs moving, your breathing, and all.
That's super freaky. Is there anything that seems unusual right now?
She looks at it. Well, you could have a better diet.
Oh, okay.
But everything seems fine. She pulls out a little hammer, and one of those hammers, and she bumps your knees. Reflex seem to be okay. You're all good. That bruise is gonna be there for a few more weeks, and it's gonna be gone. Nothing real bad. Although, she reaches towards your, what's it called? Sorry. Jaw. And she basically, like, does, like, a little motion, and you feel it, like, a little, there we go.
Whoa. Did that happen it probably happened when the monster punched him in.
Yep.
Oh, well, thank you.
You're welcome. So, you step out, and the secretary's waiting for you, as she guides you towards the next place. So, you are gonna be seen by an experimental doctor we have here.
Experimental? What does that mean?
Means it's not an exact science, but we try.
Okay. Show me the way.
So you get to another office. This time is a male doctor. Sit down, please.
I sit down.
Please describe your dream. As he begins to put on a little, kind of like a little helmet on your head, and you feel kind of like tickling thing on your head as kind of some suctions stick onto your head, basically.
So I woke up in my bed, and my bed looked normal, but everything around it was pitch black. The First thing I did was try and get up out of bed, and I noticed that the floor was a reflective surface. As I moved to my left to try and find a wall, I started falling, screaming and falling. And then I saw a bunch of things kind of suspended in the air as I fell. Pieces of scrap metal, different things, just miscellaneous things from the world. And I crash onto the ground. I see this other room, and instead of it being pitch black, it's all red. And as I shouted for anything, I think I shouted hello or help, and I saw a person, and I walked towards that person, and then the more I walked towards them, I saw millions of other people, and then the closer I walked, it was more than millions. It was infinite amount of people stretched on all sides, and just all different people, just like from the world. It seemed like they were all facing away from me, and as I poked the back of one of the people, they turned towards me, their eyes shined red, and they opened their mouth like they were about to say something, but nothing came out. Then I saw this huge shadowy thing. It wasn't like a shadow of a person yet. It was just forming, glitching. And all of the people turned towards me, pointed at me. And then I heard them say that they will take our world. And I was shaken. And I woke up and a real rift was opening up.
Thank you. You see that there was another little TV that was kind of like moving what you were saying and recording what you were saying as well. And kind of looking at your brainwaves as you described the story. So, as you finish with this doctor, you see that he wrote a couple of notes as well. If you have any more dreams, please, this is my direct contact information for this office.
Thank you.
We have gotten similar dreams, not so much the same as yours, but similar to yours. The setup, the room, or this area with the reflective floor that you mentioned, that's new.
I forgot to mention, also when I woke up and I closed the rift, there were human hands coming out of it.
Was that part of the dream?
That was part of after I woke up. That was in real life. There were human hands, and they were yelling, "Wait, stop!" And I tried to, because it sounded so human, I tried to reach for them, but then they fell back into the rift. And were yelling.
Thank you. But I only recollect dream information.
Oh, absolutely. So these dreams,
yes,
are they warnings, or are we actually teleported somewhere else?
They seem to be warnings of some kind.
Got it.
Anyways, thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you.
So you stand up, and the secretary is waiting for you. Don't go back to Musicville. Stay in your apartment.
Do we know for how long?
Hopefully you can return before New Year's Eve, but we really need to monitor you. See if you have any more dreams. We don't want you to be traveling here and there.
Okay.
Marcy, more and more people are experiencing these things in the world. We have heard different reports from all the different sectors. It's all getting worse. People are getting hurt now. We want you to be safe.
Thank you.
She guides you outside of the hospital area as she goes off to her duty, and you are left on your own. Thank you once again for listening, dear viewers. This was part 1 of Looming. And I hope you really enjoyed it. And if you did, please like, share, subscribe, and comment down below and let me know what you think. I am very sorry that the schedule kind of flopped for the videos through the entire month of January. I am in college, so I have to put my studies first most than anything, and I have been editing the audios, so it's not like I haven't been doing anything for the show. It's all a behind the scenes kind of thing. But thank you for your support, thank you for your likes, for your sharing, for your comments. We really appreciate them. Thank you once again to the awesome Athena from the Athena P YouTube channel for playing Marcy. She's a comedian, she's a singer, and she's great at improvisational songs, as you can tell. Thank you to our friend Eddie Padilla for making an amazing track, and I'm happy to announce that in this episode it kind of made his first premiere. ARC, my good friend ARC, has made a track for this project, and when I'm telling you, you really have to be excited for the season finale. And lastly, I will leave down below the other tracks I used for these videos were copyright free music. This one that I used was called LuKremBo Year Mix 2019. These kind of copyright free YouTube music helps a lot with these podcasts, so I'm really thankful for these people that do these musics for the sake of arts and helping others in the art community. And last but not least, the rest of the tracks were provided by the awesome library that Wondershare Filmora has for their creators. So thank you to Wondershare Filmora as well. Guys, hope to see you next week. Bye.